Hey guys, Logan Sawyer here with another video, and today we're going to be reviewing Beware the Batman TV season 1, and we'll probably never get season 2. A lot of Batman videos. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of Batman videos. Oh, and by the way, this I noticed that I've been wearing this one to the last 3 Batman videos we did. But let me just let you guys know that it is cold as shit right now in South Africa. It is like really, really freezing, and this is the warmest jersey I have. May not be stylish, and I'll probably get arrested by the fashion police for it. But the fashion police, they can give me a they can give me a stylish jacket that keeps me warm. Warm. I mean, I often wear this to school even. But anyway, but I'm talking too much about the jersey. Let's get to Beware the Batman. So anyway, Beware the Batman. I didn't know what to expect from Beware the Batman because every time they do a TV series, a cartoon, every time they do a new Batman cartoon, it's always different and always, very, very yeah, it's always very different. The style's different. The take on the characters are different, and yeah, I just really enjoy these cartoons. I mean, we had the animated series, then we had Batman Beyond, and Batman Beyond had sort of the same style as Batman the animated series, but it was like in the future and stuff, and which made it quite different. Then we had the Batman, which was another TV series, and the villains all looked and had all those unique looks on the villains. I really liked Joker's look. He had like the long hair and he ran around barefoot. That was pretty. I thought that was pretty cool. A lot of people complained about that, but I actually quite liked that. That was actually, I thought it was pretty unique and original. So yeah, so the Batman, we had the Batman. Then we had we had Batman Brave and the Bold, which was also pretty good. I quite like. When I first saw Batman Brave and the Bold, I thought it was cheesy. I didn't like it. But I watched more episodes. I was like, okay, this is actually a pretty good a cartoon. It's actually not that bad. And yeah, I love I love that cartoon. And then then finally we have Beware the Batman. So Beware the Batman. One thing I noticed about the first half of Beware the Batman, the first half of the season, because they actually showed the first half, and then they took there was this break for a while, and then they showed the second half. But the first half of the season was pretty good. And what I did find quite interesting was that they mostly just did villains that nobody really knows. A lot of anonymous villains. Now I know all these villains because I read the Batman comics, so I know who all these villains are. But for people who just watch cartoons and the movies, they won't know who the hell these guys are. And yeah, but they had a pretty interesting rogues gallery. They had Magpie, that one green robot guy. Can't remember his name. They had a few. They had that one mafia boss, which is pretty cool. But see, my favorite villain in that whole series was Professor Pig. Professor Pig was so freaking cool. I just love that guy, Professor Pig, and his sidekick, Mr. Toad. Those two were just so classic and so original. When I saw the first episode, I saw this guy, and I was like, are you freaking crazy? On a cartoon? Kids can't watch this. I mean, Professor Pig, we're talking about the guy who sliced off Joker's face. Joker's face. And he's the reason why Joker had to keep strapping his face back on in Death of the Family. But they did a little bit of a diluted version of Professor Pig, and but I love Professor Pig. He was so awesome, and Professor Pig was just so cool. Oh, it's so freaking cool. I love Professor Pig. He was so freaking cool. Now every time I read a Professor Pig, like I told you guys before with the Tom Hardy Bane, that I always have to do his voice whenever I read a comic with Bane in it. Now every time I do a voice with read a comic with Professor Pig in it, I always do the Professor Pig I always replicate the guy's voice from the Beware the Batman Professor the Pig, and oh my gosh, I just love that. I just love Professor Pig. He was awesome. Another villain I really liked was Anarchy. I liked Anarchy. Anarchy was pretty cool. I liked his outfit, and he was Anarchy was a pretty cool villain. I think he was pretty cool. He was very smart. He couldn't outthink Batman, but he was sort of close to Batman. He was close. Not as good, not as smart and as great as Batman, but he was like just behind Batman in terms of smartness and combat and stuff. And yeah, I really enjoyed Anarchy. He was a really cool villain. And then but the one thing I was worried about in the first half of the season, which I think led to the series not getting a season 2. We don't know if there's going to be a season. There won't be a season 2, but it's obvious. But yeah, but one thing I think that led to the downfall was that they focused too much on non-famous villains, and I think that sort of led to the downfall because a lot of people couldn't really people because comic book fans were going, oh my god, yeah, cool, this is awesome, do these villains, that's great. But then other guys who don't read movies, they were just like, oh, has Joker showed up yet? but yeah, it was pretty good. The second half of the season was pretty cool. Oh yeah, I didn't quite. I don't know about Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul, I don't know, he irritated me a bit. I don't know why. Just irritated me. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about Ra's al Ghul, but yeah, but I don't know. I didn't really like Ra's al Ghul. I don't know why. He was everything Ra's al Ghul is. So I don't know why I didn't like Ra's al Ghul. I don't know. I just didn't like that Ra's al Ghul. I don't know why. I don't know why. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't have any points to bring up about that. But yeah. But the second half of the season, they start introducing some. They still show you all the villains from the first half, but they also start introducing some a bit more famous villains. Like they introduced Killer Croc, and Killer Croc is pretty cool. I like Killer Croc. They introduced Man-Bat, which is Man-Bat was pretty cool. What I liked about Man-Bat was that he actually reminded me a lot of Beast from the X-Men. Was that with Man-Bat, they sort of bring in this whole thing about the fact that when he becomes Man-Bat, he can actually talk, and he's actually still smart, and he can still do all the genius stuff, you know. Whereas within the comic books and other interpretations, as soon as he becomes Man-Bat, he's just this mindless creature that just flies around all the time. And I quite like that he's still intelligent and he can still talk, and he's still himself really, except he's just this giant bat now. So it sort of reminded me a lot of Beast from the X-Men. It had a lot of Beast element there. And I really liked Man-Bat. Man-Bat was pretty cool. I liked, what was the guy's name? Mysterio or Metamorpho. Oh yeah, I like Metamorpho as well. Metamorpho was pretty cool. I liked him. First half he appears, but then you think he's a villain, but then when in the second half it actually shows, oh no wait, he's actually a superhero. He actually helps people and actually saves people's lives. And he actually teams up with Batman constantly. And yeah, it was really great. And yeah. One thing I will say, okay, yeah, guys, I don't know if anyone said it. If anyone hasn't said it, I'll say it. For all of us. Harvey Dent is a dick in that series. Harvey Dent is just a complete, utter flippin' dick. He's a real dick in that series. I did not like Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent was such a dick. You were just like, oh my god, it is obvious this guy's going to become Two-Face. It is obvious this guy's going to become a villain. You know what I mean? Because this guy's, he was already a villain, basically. Yeah, which I don't know. I didn't really like that though. I didn't like that Batman and Harvey Dent didn't really like each other. I preferred it when they actually allied themselves with each other and they were actually friends. And then when Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face, Batman feels this responsibility that, well, this guilt that he was responsible, and that if he didn't get, and that if it weren't for him being around, Joker, whatever the villain is, they wouldn't be around. And Harvey Dent would not have, become Two-Face. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't like Harvey Dent. When he becomes Two-Face, I liked him as Two-Face. He was pretty cool as Two-Face. But what I didn't like was that he had the bandages on the entire time, and you don't see his face. You don't see the half of his face. I actually wanted him to take it off so I could see what his half disfigured face looked like. I wanted to see him in full. I didn't want to see him with these bandages on him. He looked like, when I saw him in his bandages, I thought he was Hush. He looked like Hush from the Hush storyline. He looked like Hush. He didn't look like Two-Face. But yeah, it was just a bit disappointed with Two-Face. And yeah, the villains were great. And the final villain I want to talk about is Deathstroke. Now, okay, okay. Now let me just tell you. What I didn't like, I liked the origin story for Deathstroke in this series. What I just don't like is that DC in recent years has a tendency of every time they introduce Deathstroke, they always redo the origin story, which is not the same as the original, origin story. And I just wish they would freaking pick one and stick with it. Like, think about it, okay? We have Teen Titans, right? Okay, that was his original origin story. He appears in the Teen Titan comics and everything. And his origin story was that his son died, and then he does what he does because he feels that he has to follow he has to follow in his son's footsteps because he feels that he has to follow his son's obligation. His son's mission, sorry. He feels obligated to fulfill his son's mission, even though that he morally thinks that what he's doing is wrong. and that was what Deathstroke's original origin story was. But now, and then we got the new version. We got New 52, Boy the Batman, Son of Batman, and we got Arrow. Yeah, then we got Arrow, right? And all of these ones, it's different. New 52, he was in the American military. He was, above his fellow soldiers. He met his wife in the military, became Deathstroke. His sons became Deathstroke. They died, and now he's like this old, grumpy old man that just goes around and kills people for money. Okay. Then there was Arrow, where he was an Australian, agency, and then he goes to the island. He gets betrayed by his partner, and of course, as he goes through, and then you'll see in Arrow that he slowly slips into insanity, like the Joker says. Insanity just needs a little push. But yeah, and then there was Son of Batman, where he was trained by Ra's al Ghul. They got projected. Now Beware the Batman, he was trained by Alfred, and now he got projected. And I don't know, just please just pick an origin story and just stick with it, please. But overall, great series. I really enjoyed it. I know I talked a lot about the villains in this review, but the reason why was mostly just because the villains was the thing I liked most about the series, was the villains. I think that's what rose the series to its highest. And yeah, it was a great series. I really enjoyed Batman. It was pretty cool. I quite like I like Katana a lot. Katana was really cool. I really like Katana. She was really, really cool. And pretty interesting for Katana to actually be Batman's sidekick instead of doing like Robin or Batgirl or something. She just straight up becomes Katana, but Katana is actually the sidekick in the series. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I like Katana a lot, and I really liked Alfred. I like the fact that he was like Batman Earth One Alfred, where he was like actually like he used to be like James Bond until like he retired and became Alfred, and then the parents died, and then he had to look after Bruce Wayne, and I thought that was pretty interesting. And but by the way, if no one else has noticed it, I'll say it. Did you? Alfred looked exactly like Agent 47 from the Hitman games, like exactly like him. Bald, had the same facial structure, everything. Like, every time I saw Alfred, I was just like, oh my god, Agent 47 is Batman's butler. Holy crap! He must be undercover. He must be undercover. He was probably be undercover to kill Bruce Wayne somehow. But yeah, but it was great, and I loved Barbara Gordon in it. Found it quite interesting though that she goes straight to beat Oracle, that she doesn't actually become Batgirl. Although I think what happens is she's actually going to become Batgirl, then eventually she'll get crippled, go back to beat Oracle, then somehow she'll fix her back, become Batgirl again, and the whole process will start. But I really like Barbara Gordon, and oh my god, one of my favorite side characters was Commissioner Gordon. Commissioner Gordon was so freaking funny. Like, I loved, like, Gordon, he was just so, I mean, he was a serious character, but the situation he gets into is just so funny sometimes. Oh, I love Gordon in that. And Commissioner Gordon was just the best in that series. I especially like the one episode where Barbara Gordon goes on a date with this boy that she met from in school, and then like he's interrogating the boy like your dad would do, and then she leaves and says, "Yeah, don't screw this up for me. Don't be a dad. I'm gonna go on this date and everything." And he's like, okay, I won't do anything. And then as soon as she leaves, he calls up all his detectives and says, "Meeting room now." And then they go into the meeting room. He says, "Yeah, you two, you need to I want you to stalk my daughter on a day to make sure that no funny business happens." I don't know. It was just so funny. I mean, that is exactly what a cop would. Look, seriously, if your daughter went on a date and you were a cop and you were actually the commissioner and you had all the assets of the Gotham City Police Department, would you not do that? I mean, every dad's gonna do that. I mean, come on, don't lie. If every dad had a chance to do that, they would do that. But yeah, I loved Gordon in that series. He was just so freaking funny. But thanks for watching my video, guys. I really enjoyed the series. I will give it I'll probably give the series an 8 out of 10. Very great. I am kind of upset though because at the end of the series it did leave me with a lot of answers, but this video is too long for me to go. It's already too long for me to go into that. But yeah, it did leave me with a lot of questions. A lot of questions that I wanted answered, and there probably would have been answered in season 2, but now there's not going to be a season 2. Thanks, Cartoon Network. But yeah, thanks for watching my video, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And yeah, if you've watched the series and you want to talk to me about it, please comment and I'll discuss with you. And yeah, thanks, guys.